training program that Dennis created by himself. He created it because it didn't exist, and he knew how important it was going to be for the airport to be successful, bringing new people on. And from that point on, we became real close friends. Every step each one of us made, I feel like we made it together. Every promotion that I went for, Dennis had my back through the whole time, whether it was preparing me or preparing me for, the inevitable. Hundreds, thousands of hours out on the airfield together in every type of weather. I became the leader that I am because of Dennis's counsel, and I'll give you a great example. My son was about 18 years old, and he came home with tattoos on his wrist. And we had a rule that if you got to get tattoos, you got to hide them, because I'm not sure society's ready for a CFO with tattoos. I came into work, I was livid, and I was so upset with my son, and I sat with Dennis. And Dennis said, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "He came home with tattoos." And he's like, I said, "What's going to happen when it's his turn to be a CFO?" And he said, "All CFOs will have tattoos right now." So it wasn't just work, it was life, it was anything that came up. You had a friend in Dennis, and he was smart. He's probably the smartest person I've ever met. So you took his intelligence to heart. He had emotional intelligence. He knew what people needed to hear, when they needed to hear it, so we could be successful. And often when some of us were ready to lose our mind, he would find a way to calm you down. And even if he had to just remind you that you can't be mad at him, he's your friend, he loves you. And that's what we did. And we survived. He definitely came in for us, there's no doubt. Never missed a day. If you needed him, even if he was broken, he came in to help us. Never ever going to let anybody down. And that type of integrity is important. And you see it here. You see it in everybody's DNA. You got a perfect inspection. That's impossible, right? In the industry, it's impossible. And there's airport leadership and airports out there that are content with not being perfect. But Dennis was never content without not being perfect. If anything, you had to reel him in because you wanted to mow the west side of Manchester because it's under the approach and it needed to look perfect. And he was
5
right.
miles away.
He was right. He was right. It needs to look perfect because
They don't know that. They just think that this is acceptable.
No, it's not. It's a standard. And Dennis set that standard for all of us a long time ago. And it definitely helped me become a better person, a better dad. We used to talk about our kids and how do we fix these things, and he was always there to help me. I've loved him, for 27 something years. And the saddest thing I ever had to do was move out of this house because I knew, things were going to be a little bit different. But you know what? You all be proud of him because he's been the best. He's been the best that the airports have. He's the best for a long time. He's sustained. So people can't sustain that long being the best. Thank you.
Thanks, Kyle.